Viacom. So like, this is what we put out as product though? Viacom. I'm gonna give you the side on it. Viacom. Come on, y'all. This the type of BS we put out, man. I'm about to go in, man. Let me get a little just sip of water, man. Hold on. So y'all already know, y'all been hyping this up for months and months on end. The iCarly reboot is back. You know what I'm saying? It was basically a good caveat considering, all of Miranda Cosgrove's other acting endeavors kind of went under. I get it. This show feels nothing more than an absolute cash grab. I felt like Goodbye was the proper ending way to just close the chapter on this. This reboot is not needed. Just like how I feel like the Rugrats reboot is not needed, which I'm never gonna watch because the animation looks fucking terrible. But yeah, this was not needed. Okay? Goodbye was the perfect ending and it should have been left as that. Let me tell you why. I feel like, despite the hype and excitement that, the new series is getting, let me tell you why I feel like it's unnecessary. Just stemming from the show itself. Because I took already, points from the previous show ending properly to now just retconning it. By bringing this back, you're pretty much retconning it. That's a decision I don't agree with. And think about it. It's 2021. Everything's on streaming services and all that, man. If you didn't grow up in the late 2000s like I did, you have no idea of iCarly. This show is not directed for kids, okay? And I know it's not because, I'm gonna get into some character changes. I gotta say this. I'm gonna talk about the characters. Enter Carly. We're gonna talk about Carly. Sam and Gibby are not in the show. We've already heard that they're not going to be on the show. This is Sam we know first. You know what I'm saying? Besides, that's one reason why this show is lacking. Multiple people can argue that, but I digress. Carly. When Carly came on the scene, she was just an aspiring teenage girl. You know what I'm saying? Did well in school. You know what I'm saying? Was super, super nice. You know what I'm saying? Had a pretty bubbly personality, very, very outspoken, you know what I mean. Also, a little soft in some moments, a little sassy in some moments here and there. But she had this positive feminine aura about her, you know what I'm saying. And I did not like what this reboot turned her into. Carly used to be my second favorite character behind Spencer. I'll get to him in a minute. Carly. Oh my god. They turned her basically into your modern day social media influencer. I just do shit for validation type shit. They turned her into the ultimate thirst bag. Legit. They turned her into the ultimate thirst bag. Like the first episode where her boyfriend, spoiler alert guys, where her boyfriend, pretty much breaks up with her. You know what I'm saying? And Carly wanted to start a channel with him. And pretty much her plans to start a couple channel went right under when her boyfriend at that time, who's surprisingly not Freddie, wanted to move on without her. And pretty much the whole plot of the episode was just her trying to be like this, was her trying to get under her old boyfriend's skin by dating somebody new. And then before you know it, her new boyfriend does some antics to turn her off. She's like, okay, we're done. Okay, I'll wait. And need I mention, her clothing style, it's gotten a lot more richer, but it's gotten slightly less cooler, you know what I mean? in my opinion, because some of her outfits from the previous show, I thought they were pretty ecstatic. It just screamed Carly. Now it just screamed, rich influencer. It did not scream Carly. Okay, that's another problem I have with Carly. And why don't the Shays ever want to speak about their mother? Because she does get mentioned in this episode. Why don't they ever want to speak about their mother? And then more importantly, it backfires. Her trying to get her old ex jealous, her old boyfriend jealous. Let me correct myself. Her ex-boyfriend jealous. It backfires because the new boyfriend seemed to have moved on from her quite easily, in fact. But we never see any pictures, so I can't even say anything about how better she is than Carly. But we gonna keep pushing. And then who else can we talk about? Miss Benton makes a funny appearance in this episode. That's one of the saving graces of this episode. And Spencer. Let me get Spencer out the way real quick. Spencer still is showing me why he's still the best character in the episode. Spencer is still showing me flashes that he's still the best character on the show. And that's necessarily a good thing. You know what I mean? Like, this goes to show how great of an actor Jerry Traynor is. You know what I'm saying? Like, his whole plot line is pretty much him trying to get over on one of the newer characters, Harper. I'll get to in a minute. Excuse me. Trying to get over, because I like how they wrote Spencer before they introduced this plot line into the episode, where they pretty much got him into a height of stardom just like her sister did, but it was with his art, because he's naturally good as a sculptor, as an artist. You know what I'm saying? He actually got over and got rich. He practically owns the apartment he's lived in for decades, damn near. You know what I mean? That's good writing for a guy like Spencer. He finally got over. I'm surprised out of all the characters, he didn't get married. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised he's not married. But you know what I'm saying? We gonna keep pushing. He basically tries to get Harper to like his world record winning statue of moving parts. Sculpture of moving parts that broke the Jonas world record. And they kind of wrote his lines a little scared. Like, he tried to ask Harper, "I'm gonna buy you a car for $1,000. I will buy you a car if you say you like my art." And then the ironic part is at the end of the episode, she actually ends up liking it, because the magical trope of Spencer randomly setting things on fire comes back. Can't have Spencer without random things setting on fire. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Spencer is really the only bright spot in a room full of smog. I did not like how they wrote off Sam. They put Sam on the bus and rode her to the sunset because Jeanette did not want to return. And she has clear and explicit reason to. She's doing really well for herself on her podcast called Empty Inside, I believe it's called. She's also blowing up on YouTube, got over 500k subs. You know what I'm saying? She's doing real well for herself. She figures she doesn't need acting even because she didn't want to get into it in the first place. So I don't knock her for not wanting to be a part of the iCarly revival. But I digress. I don't like how they wrote off Sam. Like, they just had to. It seems like the writers just had to figure out just something out of thin air to write Sam off. They write her off as part of a biker gang instead of wanting to rediscover herself on iCarly. Part of a biker gang. They didn't even bear no mention to her spin-off series for Sam and Cat, which didn't get a proper ending either, if you ask me, but that's something else we could talk about. And if there's another bright spot in this episode, let's just give a nice callback to pretty much all the amazing bits that they used to do on the old iCarly. Like, they had George's storytelling brah, and the Spencer being a baby, which they did bring back for the first episode of the new iCarly, as Carly would predict it. There's a bunch of other old props. You know what I'm saying? And then This show has a lot of dark humor, and the jokes in this are very hit or miss, especially with all the woke politics references, which I'm not that big of a fan of. You know what I'm saying? I like plain humor. I don't like politically charged humor. You know what I'm saying? Like plain, you know what I'm saying? He was like, for example, Harper is talking about a squirrel. You know what I'm saying? Being an anti-vaxxer and all that. I'm not a big fan of that, because I don't judge people for being vax or anti-vax. You know what I'm saying? I don't judge people for that. You know what I'm saying? Plus, you'll see later on in this series that all the wokeism and all the propaganda gets completely thrown in your face. Like, let me skip down to let's see. Actually, let me go ahead and talk about Harper real quick. Harper does reveal, let me itch my head. Harper does reveal in episode 3 that she is bisexual. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's starting to become common now with new shows, so I started not to mind it. You know what I'm saying? But the moment that they, you know what I'm saying, they were screaming, you know what I'm saying, feminism and all that, you know what I'm saying, I just did not laugh. I just felt nothing from it. You know what I mean? And then Harper is legit if you thought Carly was a thirst bag, Harper is the biggest thirst bag, because every episode she's trying to get a date with somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's like she can't withstand being alone. Pretty much the trope of the modern day woman, the modern day woke woman. You know what I'm saying? What else? Oh, I can't forget about little Millicent. Millicent actually is pretty decent, because she is the new deadpan comedic relief who tries to get under Carly's skin and pretty much manipulates Freddie. I'm gonna talk about Freddie in a minute, because she's Freddie's adopted stepdaughter from one of his previous marriages. And I'm sorry, Millicent has Freddie wrapped around her finger. Millicent has Freddie wrapped around her finger. I mean, she's your modern day entitled, bratty, you know, manipulative, kind of egomaniacal, you know, trying to become her own content creator in the midst of, you know what I'm saying, lowballing iCarly, you know. That's what she's trying to be. You know what I mean? Episode 2 had a pretty decent plot. I just didn't, you know, I mean, the finish was a little tasteless. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was kind of blatantly obvious that the handsome guy is, you know, the hater. If y'all watched it, spoilers again. So, iCarly pretty much wants to meet a hater in real life, and, you know, for a second, they teased us, making us think it was the new and reformed Nora, who claimed to have worked on herself. We don't know Nora Dershly, the psycho who had the iCarly crew kidnapped twice. But yeah, since therapy kind of cleaned her up, she's still her typical awkward self. And Carly, being the thirst bag that she is, doesn't even notice that, you know what I'm saying, the guy from the coffee shop, the handsome guy, is actually the hater at first, until Millicent starts liking his posts from the iCarly hater, because she hates iCarly too, allegedly, and the phone goes off. I thought that was a pretty good plot point. At a point, at first I thought it was going to be Neville, but it was too early for them to throw in Neville. You know what I'm saying? Because from the trailer, we all know that Neville's bound to make an appearance. But let's keep it moving. Spencer shows yet again in episode 2 why he's the best character, because there's a side plot of him being blind, and, you know, Freddie has to help him out, you know what I'm saying, pretty much be his seeing eye dog. And then later on in the episode, you know what I'm saying, he is like late for his date, and he has a spraying cologne in his eye, but the shot had very poor execution. Like, it looked like Spencer didn't even open his eyes for him to get the cologne in his eyes. It was a very, very poor execution. It was funny. It was a funny side plot at first, but it was very poorly executed. You know what I'm saying? And then, let's see. This is also the part where he ends up unwittingly canceling his date because he thought he thought he thought his date was Freddie because he was trying to ask Freddie to lead him downstairs and pretend that he was the butler, but he didn't know that he was actually talking to his date. And he was getting slapped in the face. It was one of the saving graces of the episode. But I didn't like how episode 2 ended with the former iCarly hater since spending time with Carly, because Carly is such a thirst bag that she dates her own fans. This man performs arguably the most cringiest I can't give it no slack because it's third grade, but the fact he still memorizes that as a kid, man. Oh my god, this poem was just so cringy. He talks about all the stuff he ate for lunch, and I was thrown. Like, my reaction was the same as Carly's after he did that. Ick. Now, episode 3 is where it gets from from decently okay to bad. Okay. Episode 3, Carly tells a corny political joke, and then there's, that anti-vaxxer line that's in this show. Carly shows pretty much, this new Carly shows her true colors. She doesn't care that Spencer's art gets tarnished as long as her image becomes a meme and, is widely accepted by attention and validation. And this is the problem with female content creators and influencers. All they care about is validation and attention. They will throw their own family under the bus for some attention and for some validation. That's what the problem is, okay? That's why I did not like this episode. And then furthermore, it shows how much of a simp and a cuck Freddie is. I'm sorry. They turned Freddie into from the biggest Chad, okay? The biggest Chad. You know what I'm saying? Because he dated both Carly and Simp. You know what I'm saying? He went from simp to Chad to overly divorced mega dad simp. You know what I'm saying? This dude is so easily manipulated by his stepdaughter. It's not even funny. Like towards the end of the episode. Hold on. Let me see. Freddie Freddie is reluctant to check and pretty much put Millicent on check for trying to cancel iCarly. And it's a show that he produces. Or maybe it could be newfound confidence that iCarly is gonna get canceled. But he should teach her not to be a keyboard warrior and not be a troll. You know what I'm saying? Be a decent human being. You know what I'm saying? Millicent, from all we know, is not a decent human being. Okay? Furthermore, I gotta say this. I'm gonna go back to Carly. Carly should feel grateful that she has friends that know about marketing, because she wanted to procrastinate on making merch off of a meme that she posted, and her friends would not let her do that because they know how to strike when the iron is hot, and you gotta do that for a business. That's one thing I think was a positive in this episode, that they capitalized on the moment. But how the fact that Spencer had to pretty much try to show Carly out about it, like Spencer was pretty much embarrassed because his art got spoiled, you know what I'm saying, by her spitting out his leftover meatballs. Nobody was paying. He felt like nobody was paying, attention to the fact that his art got leaked, and he felt embarrassed about it. So he had to voice it to Carly, and Carly pretty much at first comes off like he don't care. Hence the episode title, Faux Apology. It's a fake apology. Carly doesn't care about her brother like that no more. She don't. I mean, they try to make it look like it at the end of the episode, but she don't. She just cares more for her attention and her career over her own brother's career and success. That's what it is. And then Spencer runs into Willow. Now Willow, I've done some research, you know what I'm saying? They let a tranny on the show, and that's completely normal in today's society. I'm not going to comment on that. it has been completely normalized. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna roll with this new character. You know what I'm saying? It seems like it's a new villain because she comes off pretty deadpan-y. You know what I'm saying? The person comes off pretty deadpan-y. So they come up with this whole museum of this whole art exhibit of pretty much all the negative things about Carly, and they have this TV screen of pretty much all the negative tweets about Carly. This is Spencer's way of getting back at his sister and pretty much playing a game of role reversal so that way she knows how Spencer feels about being embarrassed online. Sorry. I like this. This is also a positive of the episode, but you know what I'm saying? The portrayal that iCarly, the portrayal of Spencer being the vengeful brother kind of makes him look a little weak, but he had to do that in order to teach her a lesson, and I can respect that, considering that her dad is not around 24/7, and neither is their mom. Who else does she have to look up to? Spencer. But anyway, let me see. I'm looking at my notes here. This whole episode, you know what I'm saying, has a lot of cancel culture references. Pretty much all these gamers and content creators, Willow gathered up pretty much to protest against Spencer's art exhibit, you know what I'm saying, for pretty much, you know, putting iCarly in the middle of it, you know what I mean, and you know what I mean, this turned into a complete clusterfuck, and the way Harper drives off this mob at the end is kind of the most unconvincing ass shit ever. They're like, look, she was like, look, somebody criticized the children's TV show that you used to like in the past, look. Oh my goodness. Such poor execution. The ending to this episode was pretty lackluster. And then freaking Freddie is being a terrible stepfather because he was on the verge of correcting his stepdaughter. You know what I'm saying? And he was on the fence of giving her a new keyboard, you know, after, you know, Millicent learned her lesson. And then she was like, you're so easy to manipulate. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is cringe. Oh, this shit is cringe. And then she was like, he was like, here, give me the keyboard back. And then she ends up chasing her off the screen. And then Freddie ends up using the keyboard later on in the episode, and then they all end up sending Millicent's little jingle. Anyways, so with that being said, man, this was something. This was something. Early on, it had a decent plot point, but the execution is just pretty lackluster. I feel like this show is not gonna get the same notoriety unless there are so many diehard iCarly fans out there. Me, I was one at a point, but not anymore because, you know, I was just a teenager then. Me being an adult now, I can't see myself, you know what I'm saying, standing this show. Mind you, I'm recording this before the next 3 episodes come out. You know, I might you know, watch those. I might not watch those, just to see if any more episodes get poorly executed. You know what I'm saying? So far, right now, episodes 1 and 3. If I had to grade this, I'd give it a 69 out of 100, which is a D+. It's trash, man. I'm sorry. It's trash. It has a few bright spots that saved it for getting the F, but it's still trash. You know what I'm saying? I don't think this revival was necessary. Neither was it needed, and I question a lot of the plot and a lot of the character portrayal. Plus, the jokes are very hit or miss. It's not as funny as the original outcome. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't hit as much as the original output. It hit different, but not the good kind of different. But anyways, yeah, that's it for this review. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'll see you guys next time. I'll probably if this video gets gets a lot of love, I might just have to review the next 3 episodes, because I do have Paramount Plus for another couple weeks, and then I'm gonna shut it off because I don't really care for it that much. Until then, y'all take care of yourselves. Deuces.